Hey friends and fam, this is simply Rob Vasilarakis, spokesmodels for the 2020 HIV Stops With Me campaign, coming to you live from the Bronx, NYC to answer the August question of the month. Do you feel disconnected to a particular group within the HIV community and why? What steps have you taken or can you take to change that? So first off, let me just say that I'm really grateful for this question because it has given me cause to take pause and consider all of the groups that make up the larger HIV community. For example, long-term survivors, which I am definitely a part of. This past July, I made 27 years of living with the virus. And so on the flip side of that, you have newly diagnosed people, right, who have a year or less or 2 years of less of, living with the virus. You have women living with HIV, mothers living with HIV, men living with HIV, fathers living with HIV, people with a history of incarceration living with HIV, IV drug users, sex workers. You have people who were born with the virus. You have seniors living with HIV, transgender folk or gender non-conforming, non-binary folk living with HIV. The whole LGBTIQA spectrum of people living with HIV, people of color living with HIV. So the list goes on and on. I'm grateful to say that all of those communities or groups that I have mentioned, I feel some connection to. So if I had to select one specific community, I would say the undocumented community. People who were not born in the United States, that don't have legal status in this country, are so underserved. Oftentimes, these people who I believe that a large percentage of these people are contribute to our society in ways that we don't normally see or even consider. But there's especially in the current political climate, I think many of those people live in fear. And when it comes to seeking services, oftentimes even medical services, life-saving medical services, those people are fearful of seeking out those services because they're afraid of, being targeted and arrested and deported. I'm grateful. I'm really, really grateful that I live in a city like New York City, which is a sanctuary city that has all kinds of resources available for people that are undocumented, particularly in HIV. And that I also grateful that I work for an agency that allows me to reach out to that community and connect them to those resources and to those services. So somebody that is a known HIV positive or newly diagnosed HIV positive doesn't have to live in fear that they will have to pay out of pocket or that they will be arrested and deported, but that they can have the life-saving treatment that they deserve. With that said, if no one told you yet today, let me be the first to say that I love you, that you're beautiful, you're intelligent, you matter, you are worthy, and you are loved. Peace.